Glen and I'm the sign shop supervisor. I've been working at Daytona International Speedway for 21 years. It's been great. I love this job. I love working here. I love it all. I mean, I really do. I enjoy coming to work here. I love being here. I love getting here. I love the whole process. Helping people out and putting my skills to work. And it's just, for me, it's not even a job. It's a love. It's a passion. When I started in 1998, we were making about 200-300 signs for the event. But as the facility grew, we had to make more signs to accommodate the growth. I started working here on January 5th, not knowing what I was getting into. And it was a trial by fire, definitely, because Jack Lane, the guy who was working with me, and we produced all kinds of signs. And you know, it was a rapid pace, and I really wasn't into racing at that point. But the electricity from Dale Earnhardt winning the 500 was incredible. It just set the tone for the rest of my career, actually. He was an incredible man.
20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally.
My favorite race was when Dale Earnhardt won the Daytona 500 because there was such an emotion behind it, you know. It was the race to win for him. And it really captured a lot for the sport. And back in the old days, when we had the open garages, it was nothing to run into, like, you'd be in the garage and all of a sudden see Dale Earnhardt walk through. And it was kind of like, he had such an aura, an air around him that just captivated everybody, because everybody swarmed to get his autograph. But when you saw him walking through the garage, he was the boss, and you just kind of like, you saw that. So it was definitely an air of authority around him. And of course, Richard Petty, and all the racers back then who were in the garage. And it was a real privilege to see that. And I got to experience it. Let's see. You never know when you're going to need it. Well, Brooke Mitchell came to me when we were in the infield, and she asked if I could put a Napa logo on Michael Waltrip's spoiler. And I knew, this is back in the old garages, and I knew, you know, they were going to be hectic down there, and I was a little apprehensive, but I said, sure, let's do this. And so we went down there. I produced this decal and went down there, and his car was up on jack stands, turning, you know, whatever, 9,000 RPMs, and it was pretty hectic in the garages. And I says, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to get out. And Brooke's like, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So went in there, and my exit strategy was such that I would just slap it on and just get the heck out of there in my truck. And so it turns out that applying the vinyl went fine, and I turned to Brooke after I put the logo on his spoiler, and I says, he's going to win now, just jokingly. And what an experience. He wound up winning the race, and it was quite an adventure, quite a thrill to be able to be part of that.
Restrictor plate races here. Here he comes to the flag. Michael Waltrip wins the Pepsi 400.
All right, way to go, buddy.
Rusty Wallace. Second, Sterling Marlin, Jimmy Spencer, Mark Martin. The top five.
Boys, you gotta be back here in February.
When I got this job, I interviewed on a Wednesday. I was working for the Daytona News Journal, and I went to lunch, came over here, interviewed on Wednesday, and then they called me back Wednesday evening for a follow-up interview on Thursday. So I managed to run over here on Thursday on my lunch break, had the second interview, and you know, we're talking about changing clothes, getting into a suit, and I nailed the interview apparently, and went back to work on Thursday. They told me that I had the job and asked if I could start working on Monday. So I went back to work, told my boss I was leaving because I got a job at the Speedway, and so I quit on Thursday. Friday was my last day, and I started working here on Monday, and never looked back because I knew this is what I wanted to do. This would be my love for the rest of my life. Well, we paint the logos on the tractors, 6 of them, and in each, you know, 4 in the corners, and then, or maybe 5, and then, yeah, and then you got the backstretch and start finish line, and they're like 200 feet long, so we hand letter those on the walls. It's like, I treat it like hallowed ground. Whenever I paint the start finish line, whenever I paint the track logos, it's definitely iconic, and you know, it has some reverence. There's a lot of people who've put a lot of sweat into this place, and I certainly feel grateful to be one of them, one of the people who have put a lot of time and effort into it. I love it. It's the fact that I was here when Bill France Jr. was alive, met him, had the the good fortune of meeting him and being around him, and so I think that it's kind of, you know, it's old school. It's where I come from. That I met him, I understood what he was doing. I loved the man. You know, I mean, Bill Jr. was awesome. Bill France Jr. And it. So I take that heritage and some of that to this job today. That, you know, anybody who met Bill France Jr. knows that he was tough, but he was a great guy. I love this job. I really do.